Welcome to Back Breaking News, episode 42. Today, no, I mean 43. Today we'll be talking about my predictions for SummerSlam. Now, this pay-per-view should be good, but first I'm going to go from the matches I think is going to be the worst, and the matches I'm going to think is going to be the best. But before we go to that, let's go to the matches I think that are going to happen, but probably aren't, but I'm still going to predict them just in case they do. Walter versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This match is probably going to happen, so I'm going to pick Walter to win because it's too early for him to lose. Really? And it's too early to make him have his first defeat. The second match is the Judgment Day versus the Mysterios. I feel like the Mysterios are going to win. Next match, it's speculated match, may I say, would be Aaliyah versus Lacey Evans, which I think Lacey Evans would win if it happens. Now let's get to the actual match card, starting with the worst, I think, and then going to the best. This one might surprise you, and it will go in order from worst to best, and I'll pick the winners. The first match is Liv Morgan versus Ronda Rousey. Now, this match should be good in theory because Ronda Rousey, but if the other opponent, Liv Morgan, can actually do stuff, because I haven't seen her do much as champion. She doesn't look good as champion. She can't wrestle that good. So, in a match with this, I would have to go with Ronda Rousey. But I feel like it would be a competitive match, and she could show why she should have been champion. She could be champion again. She just has to approve. Logan Paul versus The Miz. I don't like Logan Paul. And the way WWE is introduced to him as the best boxer, even though he lost every boxing match he's been a part of except one, is definitely not working. And that story with The Miz could have been better. And the way I see it is that Logan Paul is going to win. Even if they end up teaming him with AJ Styles, their team is going to win. Only because The Miz betrayed him. If anything else happened there, it would have been the other way around. The next match, this one is tough to call. Bobby Lashley versus Theory. It's only able to be so good. Their last match was bearable to watch, but it wasn't the 5-star classic. It wasn't no 5-star classic, but it was watchable. Now, if they're able to pull off a good match at SummerSlam, that would be good. I think their last match was good, especially like the David and Goliath storyline there, which I think would end up being won by Bobby Lashley, and he's retaining the United States Championship. Seth Rollins versus Riddle. Now this one, I feel like has a lot more hype than it should have, because they haven't built up to anything. They're just building it up now, so. But I think knowing the wrestlers in there, it's going to be pretty good. It will be back and forth. Granted, if they have the time to, because each match, in my opinion, should be 15 to 20 minutes to make it a 4-hour pay-per-view. Because in my opinion, the longer it is, the more times fans get invested in the match. Investment is what you have to go for instead of power over everything. The the next match, in my opinion, will be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Now, this match should, in theory, be good, but we all know it's Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, so it probably isn't. People were excited during the WrestleMania battle, but to be honest, I feel like the last two WrestleManias they had against each other were honestly better, because Brock Lesnar gave Roman Reigns more time to work with than they did at this WrestleMania. Honestly, if they could change that match to something, this is last man standing for the title, but I'm going Roman Reigns, the big dog, the tribal chief who was in his tribal island, is winning. And I don't think Theory's going to cash in. Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair. Now, their WrestleMania match was a classic. Honestly, I think that they should be able to do it again. And they will be able to do it again. So, that's something to look forward to in the long things of thing in the big picture of things. So this match could go either back and forth, but I think the ultimate winner is going to be Bianca Belair retaining the title, because not only has she proved that she could wrestle with the rest of the WWE universe, but she's proven time after time she could have a good match. Pat McAfee versus Baron Corbin. Now, these are two people that you don't think could have a good match, but it will probably be as horrible as it sounds on paper. People like Pat McAfee as an announcer. Personally, I don't, but that's just up for debate. But I really think that if anyone should win this match, it should be Baron Corbin. Not because I don't think Pat McAfee is a good wrestler, because we've seen what he could do in NXT, but I just don't think that Baron Corbin needs to lose another high-profile match. And the fact that that ranks higher just shows my opinion. The other match will be the Tag Team Championship match between the Usos and the Street Profits, which I think will be another instant classic between the two teams, and ultimately will not disappoint. And that's the reason why I think the tribal chiefs, little bugs, the little rodents, the player number 2 and 3, the Usos will retain, but only because Jeff Jarrett will be on their side. See, not many people think Jeff Jarrett being a big deal, but to us it's not a big deal, but to Nashville it's a big deal, because remember, he's from there. So in a marketing standpoint, it makes sense for where they're going. Like if they're having a show in Russia, why would they bring in like someone who's not Russian to be in the show at least? See, and that's the point. They don't have any wrestlers currently that live or are from Nashville, Tennessee, so Jeff Jarrett is the way they confiscate for it. And now let's go to one more speculation match, maybe I think Sheamus versus Drew McIntyre, if it does happen, will be a good match. And if it does happen, Drew McIntyre is obviously winning over Sheamus. That's it. This is Max Ellie Singer. Bye.